bar in English Harbour to celebrate the newest Antiguan achievement on the world stage. And it's not sailing, and it's not swimming, and it's not track. It's actually motor racing. Sandrine, tell us what's been going on.
Well, I've been motor racing for about 30 years now, maybe a bit more. I moved to Antigua 4 years ago, and I started racing here on the dirt track at Crabs Raceway. I still go back to my roots, which is Belgium, every summer. And
is that to race?
No, it's just, you know, going back to my roots, going to get some business down, see family, a bit like everybody else in Antigua. And last summer, so August 2022, I got a call from a friend saying, oh, why don't you come and do the 24-hour race of Zolder, which is a track in Belgium. And I said, yeah, okay, why not? Not knowing which car, whatever. I did that race before, but when I was much younger. And in the team, there was a really cool team manager, and we saw each other after the race. The race I drove under Antiguan colors because I have an Antiguan FIA license.
So that was our first Antiguan motor race?
Yeah, for me, because you have Carlo Falcone driving quite a lot in Italy, but rally cars under Antiguan colors. But for me, it was like I hadn't done it for quite a few years, and I did it under Antiguan colors. Chris, who was the team manager, and I got on really well. We saw each other after the race, went for lunch, and started, you know, talking about other races. He said, "Why don't you do the 24 hours of Dubai as a driver?" And then I was saying, "Yeah, but I want to do the 25-hour Fun Cup in Spa, Belgium, which is a race with Beetle-looking like cars."
Oh yeah.
It's a race for 25 hours.
It's a long way.
Yeah, it's a very long.
How much mileage do you cover in 25 hours?
Depends of depends of your track time and the track size. So Spa is more than 7 kilometers, which would be 5 miles.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So I'm not really sure.
Must be quite a long way then, 25 hours.
Yeah, but then you have other drivers relays. And anyway, and from doing, you know, why don't you race in Dubai? Why don't we, you know, I want to do the 25 hours Fun Cup. We said, okay, let's make a team up. And then we decided, I decided I don't want to start in the small category, and I went directly to GT3s, which is the Audi we have now. And we said, okay, let's do 24 hours of Dubai, which was mid-January, which is the first race of the season where loads of people go, because in the winter, the European tracks are closed because of the weather. And that's how it started. So we started the team end of August 2022. And we were already racing in mid-January.
So in less than a year, you've set up the team, and you're now on the podium this year in Mugello.
Yeah, well, we set up in less than 6 months, actually.
Less than 6 months.
Which is a bit crazy if you think about it, because we started from scratch, from nothing. So we bought a car, we made deals to have spare parts, just set up the team. We had the mechanics, we knew who we wanted to work with.
So the car is an Audi.
Yeah, the car.
Tell us a little bit about the car. What sort of power does it have?
It's got more than 500 of horsepower. It's very light car. It's a race car, so it's Audi R8, which you will see, well, not in Antigua. You do see sometimes in the streets in the US and Europe, but that is a properly raced car. And it's a Le Mans series. Evo 2, this is the Evolution, and it's a GT3, which is, you know, a different category because you do have GT4s, which is a smaller category.
What sort of speeds can it reach?
Not far from 300 kilometers an hour. Sorry, I don't know that.
I have to translate.
You have to translate.
160, 70, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who are your sponsors then?
That's our sponsors right now. We have Lighthouse Yachting, which
Yeah.
is JD and Natalie Hall and Chris in Jolly Harbour, because we are friends, and they said, okay, the little budget they could put for Dubai, and we kept on the cars, Ocean Pantry as well, which is a super yacht supplier here in Antigua. And of course, we're looking for other sponsors for the team. And we have a driver that brings in his own sponsors, which is Stéphane Perrin, which one of the drivers, he drove in Abu Dhabi and in Mugello with us. And he's got a company called SP Consulting.
Right.
So
you've got quite a number of sponsors from Antigua.
Two crazy little ones that, you know, followed because they love the project. It is difficult when you start something from scratch, going to see sponsors and you go, oh, give me money.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
So now I think it's going to be easier. Well, hopefully it's going to get easier to have sponsors, because we've got results, we've got something to show. So
the track in Mugello, where you actually got up on the podium, which part of the race did you win? It was one leg, wasn't it?
No, it was two legs.
Two legs.
So it was a 12-hour race, but divided in two. So on the Saturday it was a 6-hour race, and on a Sunday morning, we started on the morning, it was another 6-hour race, which is in the championship we're doing, which is 24 hours. It's a championship that wants to keep it being able to have gentlemen drivers.
Right, yeah.
Which is very nice, because you've got amateur or gentleman drivers that are really, really fast.
So you've got quite a big team. You've got the drivers, you've got the support team, you've got the mechanics, and you've got a lot of people coming with you. How many of them come from Antigua?
So from Antigua, we have Jim Sanderson, who's a mechanic who works with Gilly at Land Rover. He helps us with the mechanical side and the refueling, because we need, for refueling pit stops, we need 2 guys, so he does that. And in Dubai, we had, as a support to represent Antigua, we had Dana Fletcher, who drives at Crabs Raceway as well, who came to help us, and she did a big help for Instagram, because I am useless. And then my son as well, Nicolas, who races here, and he came in Dubai to help us to see how a professional
So this
team
is
works.
actually a thoroughly Antiguan team.
Yes.
Not just the Antiguan colours on the car.
No, because I live here full time. So for me now it's back and forth. No, it's an Antiguan team, and the guys are really keen on, well, now it's the season, so traveling it's a bit difficult, but at the end of the season we said we're going to do like kind of a team building in Antigua, so they discover Antigua, but they love the Antiguan rum, because I do bring it back each time.
Yeah, I bet they do. Not when they're driving, of course.
No, but for the mechanics after the race.
So what's next?
Next race is Spa-Francorchamps, which is in Belgium, really well-known track. It's on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of May.
Yeah.
It's a 12-hour race, so it's a split, 2 times 6 hours race. So it's going to be difficult, because Spa is a really difficult track.
Right.
It's an old track, it's a fast track. So that's next. In June we'll be in Italy in Monza. In July we'll be in Estoril in Portugal, and then mid-September we'll be in Barcelona for the 24-hour race. Again.
So at the end of the season, you've had a great success so far. You've got a lot of exciting races coming up. So at the end of the season, what do you anticipate actually achieving?
Finishing first.
Okay,
winning
that's
the championship.
That's good enough. Yeah, well, you're on the way.
Well, you know, it's endurance racing, so you never know what happens.
Yeah.
So no, our aim, of course, is to have a very good spot in the championship, and hopefully be first in the championship. And I would love it. I mean, that's racing. That's what everybody wants. Yeah. We'll see.
Sandrine, thank you very much. This is so exciting. We look forward to hearing more.
Thank you, Zoe, and thank you for
Thank
following
you,
us.
Sandrine. You were in Mugello when we had the 2 victories. So what was it like there?
Very exciting
Oh, it must have been.
and a lot of hard work.
What was your role there?
I was helping out in the pits and doing the refueling.
So is this something you do regularly?
Hoping to, yes.
What about your experience beforehand?
Last experience was Dubai, 24 hours.
Oh wow! So
Which
are you a rally driver, a racer, a mechanic?
Well, I used to race when I was younger, but me, I'm sort of a mechanic and just help out in the various jobs.
It must be
So-
very tense when we see on the TV or everybody rushing around and the
It
cars
does
coming to the
get
pit
tense.
stop. Is it like that?
It is very, especially when you get a code 60, which is like a red flag.
Yeah.
When there's an accident on the track
Yeah.
and it needs time to clear, they bring out a code 60 where everybody stays on the track but they drive at 30 kilometres an hour.
Right.
So it gives them time to get the track cleared, but then everybody wants to be in the fueling station, they want to be in the pits. So you have 40 or 50 cars trying to get into the 2 locations and it gets very chaotic.
I should think it does.
So if you get your pit stop wrong, then you can lose minutes on the race because it's endurance. The minutes add up over
of course.
the
I mean,
laps,
24 hours is a lot. It's a lot of racing.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot coming up. You're hoping to win the season, of course. As Sandrine
Yep.
said, you want to go up first on the
Yeah,
podium. You've already been on the podium twice. So what do you think as a pit guy? What are the challenges, apart from that you've just said about when there's a red flag, some of the challenges of actually getting your car so that it's out there first?
Well, I think you just got to make sure everything is clear.
Yeah.
You get into the fueling station first. You get everything done cleanly. Find a nice fuel, because as they come in, they're all in a line. You have a certain area where the car's got to be in. If it's outside that area, you get penalised. You have to push the car back in before you can refuel. And if that goes drastically wrong, like some of them do, they career into the fences, they're coming into the fueling station, that's time off your laps.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure you give good instructions to the drivers and remember that they've just been driving around the circuit at like 150 mile an hour to 0. You can be very clear with your actions when you're guiding them into where you want to refuel them. And then make sure you got a good release. A bit like Formula 1.
Yeah.
If you release at the wrong time, someone else hits you, you've caused a problem. Then you get more penalty points. So
I think we would. So
there's a lot going
literally every millisecond counts.
Every millisecond, yeah.
And you're heading off to Belgium next?
All being well, yes. Fingers crossed.
You're going to attend all of them?
I'm trying to, but obviously I've got work commitments as well. So
work gets in the way of so
it
much
does,
fun.
yeah. A lot of work commitments.
Jim, thanks very much for talking to me. I'm looking forward to
Thank
seeing
you very
more
much.
of this.
Well, we've got a full season, so
yeah, excellent.
there'll be more reports, I'm sure there will be.
Keep me informed.
Yes, definitely.